Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm excited. This is one of the best days in my life. I was actually invited by friends to come for a braai. Yes, for a braai, and nice time, good music, nice people around me. And there was a spoiler. There's something that actually disturbed me. Of course, when you're invited, you're not supposed to be complaining that much, but there's one small aspect that I thought needed me to come and discuss with you. So welcome once more. So it happened that the meat one of our friends brought was not having the best color. So myself, as a person who's into breeding, who loves much items on animal breeding, I actually was a little bit disturbed. So I could tell that the meat that was brought was not from my lovely breed, the Mashona breed. Yes, the meat was not from Mashona breed. So I looked at the meat, and yes, the color itself. Then after the brine, the juiciness, the tenderness was not Mashona breed. I love Mashona breed. I'm sure by now you know that I love meat that is coming from our indigenous breed, the Mashona breed. So then these other guys came. They started braaiing right next to us. And I looked at the meat that they were taking from their paper bags. It was red, it was juicy, it was tender, it was on point. I could tell from my experience of the Mashona breed that meat was actually Mashona meat, Mashona breed meat. Yes, it was Mashona breed. I've been a fan of the Mashona meat for a long time. So part of my life I was in the rural areas. I know when there is a function in the rural areas, obviously a Mashona beast will be used for those. Our elders will slaughter, isn't it? One of the beast of Mashona breed, and it will be used for the braaiing session there, for the cooking. And yes, I have experience with the Mashona meat that the meat is on point. It's the color itself. The color itself is quite okay. It's red meat, yes. It's tender meat. It's juicy meat. It's lean. Yes, I've come across many books trying to compare the meat from the indigenous cattle, the Mashona breed, with the various breeds that were brought in, especially the foreign exotic breeds. Ladies and gentlemen, the foreign exotic breeds, they come with their own advantages. Yes, they do. And what are these advantages? They are big. In terms of the frame size, the carcass size, yes, they are big. But of course, in this discussion that I'm having, I really did not want to compare the Mashona breed with the big exotic breeds. But Mashona is always outstanding in terms of the meat quality itself. I point to many things. It's juicy, isn't it? Very much juicy. Yes, the meat is juicy. It's lean and tender. Yes, it's lean and tender there. So in that area you cannot beat. Then one of my favorite is amount of fat itself. How much fat do you get from Mashona meat? It's on point. The fat is not all over. It's not spread all over. It's on certain areas. It's in the channels between the muscles. Yes, we call them the channels. That's where you get the fat. So the fat of Mashona breed is on certain locations. Yeah, it is. So I could tell from the guys who were braaiing next to us that the meat was on point, the fat was in channels. It was really Mashona breed. I liked it. Of course, our meat, yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was. Then the other advantages that comes with the Mashona meat is the amount of bone. So you can actually compare the meat to bone ratio. Yeah, Mashona is good. It's quite on point. It's good. So you would rather go for Mashona meat and for brain sessions, for many sessions. And I would want to get into a butchery and buy Mashona meat, isn't it? If the butchery, the person could actually tell me that the meat is Mashona, I'll be much happy, isn't it? It's unfortunate that big framed, exotic breeds is the meat that we get in these butcheries of ours. Yeah, I would love a butchery that if they can quickly tell me that the meat is Mashona, I would love it. I would bring my friends, family to come for a braai in those areas, knowing that I'm eating meat that I know it's coming from this particular breed, isn't it? So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I say kudos to the breed, to the Mashona breed. It's a breed that I love. Because of the meat quality. Yes, it does not mean that the other breeds, they don't have advantages. They do. So in the different sections, in the different discussions, I'll be looking at other breeds as well to check what advantages they have. It's not totally that they don't have advantages. They do. Business-wise, isn't it? They also do. But with Mashona, I just love it because I've seen its profitability and productivity, that it's one of the breed that you can go for. It's a breed that is all over Zimbabwe. Yes, and we are going to talk about how the breed was exported. Actually, in Arizona, in America, they now have a bigger, if not a bigger head of Mashona than what we have here. So it's a breed that a lot of people who are interested in livestock have actually jumped onto and actually started producing and being productive. So it's one of the breeds that you can consider if you are a farmer, a new farmer, who wants to get into productivity with livestock. You don't have to worry. You don't have to think of these. People are talking about many breeds today that they are saying are the best, but they come with a lot of challenges in terms of feeding, in terms of the environment, isn't it? Why is it that you can't go for the local breed, which is well adapted to the environment? You see, you can make a lot of profit. It's easy for you to make a lot of, in whatever form. You might pen fatten them, you might just use rangeland or just let them on the natural pastures. They are good grazers. Yes, they are. They graze well, they walk, isn't it? So these are the areas that Mashona breed have. They can walk, isn't it? They can walk to faraway places looking for water. They can walk looking for forages and grass, isn't it? With the other breeds, the mostly exotic breeds, they might fail in those areas. Heat stress, you want them to walk versus heat, then they will suffer heat stress. It's a problem. So what you need to do as a new farmer who's into livestock, and we're going to talk about productivity, profitability itself. How can you make money exactly using the Mashona? And to quickly highlight the many areas that many people will be worried about in terms of calving, and calving isn't it? Yes, calving is. I think you would go for Mashona. We're going to talk about that in greater detail. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, when you think of braai, I think it's good for you to look for places where they are slaughtering Mashona meat. It's one of the best. Yes, I'm a proponent. I love the breed myself. I am. Yes, in braai sessions, I go for it. I go for Mashona meat. It's just nice, it's just tender, juicy. Yeah, this is the meat that I would go for. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? What do you think about Mashona breed? What do you think has happened? Why is it that people are no longer interested in our local indigenous breed? Comment below. Yes, tell us the story. What has been happening to our breed? Tell us, isn't it? You might be out there in various areas in Zimbabwe. Tell us what is happening to the breed and the meat itself. Do you have experience with the meat? What has happened? What occasion has happened? You can tell us. You can send us pictures. You can comment in the section below. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a section where we are going to be discussing various issues in terms of livestock production. And can you consider subscribing, isn't it? Please, I'm looking for a subscription so that this channel can grow, and we'll be discussing many issues and also answering many questions, helping each other. There are many experts out there that can have many answers to and actually encourage us in the journey of livestock productivity and profitability. Yes, thank you very much. Let's meet in the next segment.